honest, I would say. You gonna switch to somebody?
Thank you.
What the fuck? I guess I'm gonna sit over. That's okay. We just practice. That's what it is.
All right. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start with you in the room, and then I'll turn to Zoom.
Okay.
Michael, tell me when.
I'm ready. Are we good to go?
Okay, everybody. To those of you on Zoom, thank you for joining us. We're going to begin with questions from the room, and then we'll turn to folks on Zoom. Just a reminder for the folks on Zoom, please raise your hand. Let us know you have a question. Front row, go ahead.
Okay. Kiah, you as we just discussed, you played in a lot of national championship games. You've played in some pretty big games. How does this compare?
This is a completely different level. I mean, first of all, I won 3 national championships in college when I graduated in 2015. So it's been a few years since then, but we've been working hard all season. I think our team is prepared. I think we're ready. And I think right now it's a time to just keep doing what we've been doing and embrace the moment.
And then Dearica, I just want to see how the mobility is feeling, how your knee is feeling, all of that.
Definitely not 100%. Not a lot of people know I wasn't really supposed to come back this season. So it's been more mental for me to try to switch it back on. As you can see, I'm a bit emotional now, but
yeah, okay.
I'm still locked in. I'm prepared to play whatever is needed and go from there.
Okay.
I can follow up. Good. Next question will come from Eden. Eden, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Hi. I was just curious about, I know this is a team that doesn't play a lot of players, doesn't have a very deep bench. And I was curious if there's anything you guys have done this season to kind of help with the fitness to be able to play that many minutes as a team.
I'd say personally just managing our rest. I think Becky's done a good job of giving us off days and kind of unloading the body. She doesn't overwork us, but we definitely get after it in the short time span that we do go up and down.
Yeah, I second that. I think our medical staff has done a great job of just making sure we're getting treatment, massages, staying on top of stuff, just so that everyone's ready. And when your name is called, then you're ready to play.
And just to follow up on that, a lot of people kind of have talked about, the short bench being a weakness for you guys, but are there ways in which you see it as a strength?
I think it creates a lot of chemistry within that first unit and the two. I mean, it's been frustrating for me, obviously, because I feel like it's a lot of guilt, that I can't contribute the way I was contributing first half of the season. But I think there's a special bond between our team, and it shows when we play.
Yeah, I second that as well. I think our bond is really strong. And even I used to be on the bench, as you guys know, but, as soon as your number gets called, I think everyone's ready. And in practice, we really go at each other. They've done a great job of making the starters better and vice versa. So I think everyone has a role. And even if they're not necessarily playing in games, everyone is contributing to the team.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Eden. Next question will come from Rafiq. Rafiq, go ahead.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports. I got a question for Dearica Hamby. When you see this Las Vegas Aces team come together the way they did in the last series against Seattle, including the 2 road victories, what went through your mind?
I'm just grateful and thankful. Like I said, I wanted to be a part of it. Any player wants to contribute, but I know my teammates know the commitment I made to kind of rehab this thing and come back. I think means a lot, and obviously my role looks a lot differently than it did, but it meant a lot. It was honestly a big weight lifted off my shoulders because it was a lot of guilt I was carrying. So it meant a lot, and I know it's not finished though. So we want to win the championship.
And a question for Kiah Stokes, how are you embracing the fact that you're playing your first WNBA finals in your WNBA career?
Dang, when you put it like that, that's kind of sad. But I'm excited, looking forward to it. We worked really hard all season. It's great to be back on a team that's a contender. Like I said, we just got to stay focused, play how we play, do what we know, do what we do, and try to get this ring. I feel like we had a chance last season and we kind of let it slip through our fingers. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. If anyone else has a question on Zoom, please raise your hand. Otherwise, we will excuse Kiah and Dearica. Anyone else? Kiah, Dearica, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is it clear?
Okay.
Wait for a moderator. You should be ready.
He's the one that said the video.
Yeah, they are blasting back there. What time game is it? Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, we got some things to do.
Yeah. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's good
It's
stuff.
decent, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
How much is that going to hold? You guys know?
How much is this one on? I think we're less than that.
Less than that, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. I walked to Starbucks.
But like across the street.
It's in the mall.
Yeah.
But the mall wasn't open, so I had to find one more that was open. And it started raining. I'm down for it. I had to call them and ask them which was the door that was open.
It was like a door right by Starbucks.
No, it was not. She was like, I had to go by the Abercrombie and Fitch, and it was like one door open. There was people standing there.
But like, those were the Starbucks is open, but the mall's not open.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Just us? Or?
It's what every, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She said now.
We're waiting for our moderator. Yeah.
I mean, we gotta wait for the moderator, but here you go. Just so.
I can just talk to you just like this anyway.
We're supposed to wait for the moderator.
So they're coming here, so.
No, I'll see you.
Right? That's what we're told.
All right, everybody, we're going to begin with questions in the room, and then we're going to turn to Zoom. We're going to start right here, second row.
There's been a lot of talk about the Suns' physicality, much more physical, and the contrasting style, physical versus finesse. I was wondering how you folks look at that narrative. Is that something you think will play out?
I mean, we're finesse as well, so it's not just all physicality. We have a all around game, and we just go out there and play whatever game that is being played.
Oh, front row to your right.
No, I had the mic here. Hey, what's up, y'all? Congratulations on getting here.
Thank you.
What's it like to kind of, just for either of y'all, what is it like to kind of finally be at this moment? You know, it's a long season, you guys have been grinding and all that, and this is what you ultimately work for, and now it's here. What's it like at this moment?
It feels great to be back here in the finals. We know we've had some up and downs this season, and just fighting through that adversity early in the season has definitely allowed us to be in this moment. I think some of those early challenges that we were facing when it came down to it in the playoff series, we were able to dig deep and grind out some wins when we needed to.
What do you guys take from the last finals trip? Are those experiences that you guys can draw on at all, or does this feel kind of completely different?
I think every run is different. I think for us, nobody expected us to be there in 2019. Nobody picked us again this season. So same narrative for us. But like she said, we've had a lot of ups and downs with the season. We really had to fight our way to get here. And, who would have expected us to be here and to let us back in another finals? I know the ones that played in 2019, we don't want to walk away empty-handed again.
Go ahead. You actually just drew me right there. Nobody picked you before, nobody picking you now or to get here. But you guys have had so much success. Is that kind of weird to you to kind of be kind of under the radar in some strange way, despite all the success that you guys have had? I mean, you're one game outside of being in a three-way tie for the best record in the league. Is that strange not to necessarily get the headlines that other folks are getting?
It's not unfamiliar territory for us, but we don't care. We just continue doing what we do, stick together, just keep playing our game. And we know how talented we are. We know we deserve to be here. And this is what we've been working for all season.
Before we go to Zoom, we have a couple more questions from the room. Second row to your left.
Everyone knows about A'ja Wilson, MVP. That's no secret. But Chelsea Gray was red hot against Seattle. I was wondering what's your game plan to kind of get her out of her rhythm? She was arguably the key factor in that. What's the game plan to stop Chelsea?
We know that Vegas comes out offensively and they hit some tough shots, but they still have to guard us at the end of the day. I think for us it's just going to be about pushing it right back at them, having to get stops, and we're gonna score too. So I think it's just going to be a back and forth game, and we're gonna have to slow them down, but they're gonna have to slow us down too.
Follow up? You're good.
No.
Okay, we're going to turn to Zoom and we'll start with Jules. Jules, go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'm wondering if you can share about the camaraderie and the chemistry of your team.
I think, like I said earlier, some of the ups and downs and adversity that we faced this season has definitely brought us closer together. Coming into this in the last series, we had some good team talks that has definitely got us a little tighter as a team, when we needed the most. So I think coming into this finals, our chemistry is where it needs to be, and we're ready to go out there and do what we need to do.
Awesome. And then I'm just wondering, with people doubting you, does that add to your fuel, or do you just push it out? It doesn't matter at all.
I mean, we're used to it. I think that it's funny to us. We're a super talented team that plays offense and defense. So, we expected to be here at the start of the season, and now we're here. And now, it's time to show people what we're all about.
Good luck.
Another question from Zoom before we return to the room. Chantel, go ahead, Chantel.
Obviously, she's getting more minutes and more starting opportunities, but I'm curious in what ways you guys have seen Atisha grow this season.
She's shown a lot of growth this season, since she's been starting for us. Her attack mentality that she's had offensively, and she had some great hustle plays down the stretch in the game 5 last series. So I think just stepping up in those moments and doing the little things that we need to do, I think that's what makes our team so special.
And then a second question for you as well, unless Alyssa, you have thoughts on Atisha. But you guys have talked about sort of team meetings that you had that brought you closer together, but I'm curious in what other ways you guys have come together through the ups and downs this season. I've talked to people who've won championships in this league, and they said one of the key factors is really playing for the person next to you. And it sounds like you guys have been through a lot this season. And when you go through that, it sort of feels like teams can go one way or the other, and you guys have gotten closer. So other than team meetings, are there things that have sort of kept you close and bonded you as a group?
I mean, I think for us is, like I said, we're a very talented team, and we have plenty of all-stars on our team. So for us, it would be a crime if we weren't at this point in the season, and we would be letting ourselves down as well. And I think we understand that this could be the last time that this team is together. And I know we don't want it to end, and we want to continue this journey, this story, and finish it out.
Thank
We're
you.
go- we're going to return to the room for a question and then back to Zoom. To your left, second row.
You folks had one of the most amazing finishes to any decisive game. I think it was an 18-0 run to polish off Chicago. What was going on in your minds when this whole thing was going on? Because I got to tell you, a lot of people here in Las Vegas were like penciling in Chicago, when they're up by 9. Next thing you know, they lose by 9. And I was wondering what was kind of going through your mind when you're going through this 18-0 run?
That we were going to the finals. I think there was never a doubt in our mind that we weren't going to win that game. As you can see, the whole series, we played defense and we held them under their average each and every game. And for us, it came down to making shots. And as that game went on, we kept getting stops. We kept scoring. And I think each and every time we did that, we just got tighter and tighter, and we just finished the game strong.
I mean, what was your take on the skirmish with Tawana there? It seemed like there was a narrative that skirmish kind of triggered the finish.
Yeah, I mean, it's no use to what we're seeing. I mean, some crazy calls at the end, but I think right there, that whole play just fueled us. And from that moment, we never looked back.
All right, we're going to return to Zoom. Ned, go ahead, Ned.
Afternoon, AT. Afternoon, Brionna. Every team deals with adversity during a season. You guys are familiar with it. You've been through it before. This season seems like there was a little bit more for you guys, whether it was illness, injuries, the unfortunate passing of Kurt's father. Could you share just what it was like and how you guys navigated through everything this year?
I mean, yeah, we faced adversity this season, but every team goes through that. And I think we went to every game with the mindset, nobody's going to feel sorry for us, whether, we're missing a player or coach during the game. So I think we just tried to come out and attack it the same way, no matter who was stepping on the court, because we know everybody who stepped on the court in our team, we're talented, and we knew, if we defend and we get out and push in transition, that we were going to be fine. So I think for us, it was just, those moments and people having to step up when they had to definitely allowed us the success we had in the semifinals. Because I think some of our players off the bench, Dejanay had a great series, stepping up and making plays when we needed to, coming off the bench. I think just having that experience during the season when we needed them helped us, in the playoffs.
I'll return to the room for a question. Front row to your right.
I got more. Hey, Brianna, I want to ask you about Alyssa. She took another step forward this year. Sorry, I'm not on the mic. She kept, has expanded her game again this year. I'm curious, as you're with her all the time, what has stood out to you? What have you noticed the most about her continued progression and development?
I have played with her for a very long time. I think one of the biggest steps, in her growth, especially this season, has been, the leadership that she's brought to this team. Just being able to be poised and composed, in tough times, because out there it gets frustrating sometimes. But just being able to, keep our composure and be able to lead us through those moments, and still, come out and play with the same intensity and fire that she's been playing with, her entire career. So I think it's hard to, you have to notice it, and you want to, play just as hard.
I'll return to Zoom. A couple more. Rafiq, go ahead, please.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But the Sports Talk. I got a question for Alyssa Thomas. You talked about defensive effort during this year's playoffs. During the fourth quarter of that game where you guys won an 18-1, you held the Chicago Sky to 4 points. What does that tell you about the type of defensive team when you could be when going up against teams that are favored to win it all?
Yeah, I mean, defense wins championships, and we're locked in on the defensive end with our whole team. That's been a theme for us all season is defense. And when we're playing the defense that we're playing right now, we're really tough to beat.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we're one more question from Zoom. Chantel, go ahead, please.
Hey, one more question for me since no one asked it. I'm just curious how the charter flight was, and maybe this is kind of an obvious question, but what was the biggest difference for you in either physical or mental now versus 2 days after would have taken a commercial flight?
I mean, I think everybody enjoyed the charter flight, just, the timing of it, just being able to, roll up on the bus and get on the plane and come straight here. I think it definitely takes a little bit off of your mind, you don't have to sit around in the airport. And I mean, there's nothing bad to say about a charter flight.
All right, everybody, thank you very much.
Thank you.